masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Hello there, welcome back to another setup video. We're at Circuit Zandvoort today. We are driving in the dams with Crawford. Let's go and get into this, shall we? Only 3 laps. So, 5 red lights. Let's go. Bit of a poor getaway, if I'm honest. We'll send one up the inside though. But yeah, 3 laps, show you what the car is like, well the setup is like, how the car behaves. The result is really irrelevant at this point. Just showing you how it handles. These F2 cars though are the best F2 cars I've ever driven out of all the games. I'll talk about it in the setup, but the reason why I've gone the way I've gone with the setup. But yeah, absolutely amazing to drive these F2 cars. They do take obviously some getting used to, because there's a lot less downforce on these cars than obviously the F1 counterparts. But the Zandvoort is an absolute blast to race with these cars. Obviously the last corner, bouncing, it feels like it slows me down a lot, that part, especially with a car porpoising. Obviously the AI running a lot less downforce than myself, but so far so good. Absolute chuck it through you, and obviously that becomes great with the amount of downforce that I'm actually running. You can run less downforce, but again, I'll get to that in the setup later on. You can just absolutely send it, stay off that curb, little lock up. These F2 cars, you need to be in the right gear at the right time, because if you're in too low a gear or too high a gear, you lose a lot of momentum. And with the setup we currently got, you can really stay close or quite close to these guys. Yeah, it's just all about carrying as much minimum speed as possible, as we set a 20.4. I don't know whether that will be enough for full fastest lap, especially with DRS being enabled this lap. But like I said, it's 3 laps showing you how the car behaves, and honestly this car feels so planted to the ground, like you feel like you can really throw it about, which is what you want from a setup. As we go on purple again. I tried to be cheeky. I don't know who got DRS then. Was it me or was it? It wasn't me. It was Martin's. Okay. None of us got it. It's going to be a straight drag race to the line. But yeah, these F2 cars, they're brutal. And even with DRS, I'm still not catching. Setups next.
Okay, pick up rubber.
So the Netherlands setup then, and this is what I've gone with. Obviously we know that Zandvoort is a high downforce circuit, and what comes with a high downforce circuit is obviously high wings, yet the AI can get away without running such high wings simply because it's the AI. But I've gone with 48 on the front wing and 38 on the rear wing, and it really does help. Obviously you could go down lower, but you need as much downforce as you can for the long right hand downhill, Skyflock I think the name is. But yeah, 48, 38, no dramas at all. Onto the transmission, and I've gone with 30 on and 75 off. You can run 25, 75 if you want to, no problems. But again, for the sake of this setup, I've gone with 30 on, 75 off. And the best way to make this setup better for you guys is to change it and get it to suit yourselves. I'll say that every setup that I'll do, because if you just treat this like a base setup, make it your own, and if you've gone the wrong way, just revert and go the opposite. Onto the suspension geometry, and it's left, 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 left. Suspension then, I've gone with the front of 41, a rear suspension of 7, standard 21-21. You could get away with running 21-20, 21-19 if you really wanted to, but again, for the sake of this setup, I've gone with 21-21, and like I just said previously, make the setup your own. Onto the front ride height, I've gone with 18 on the front wing. You can get away with running a lot lower ride height on the F2 cars than you can with F1. It's simply down to the amount of downforce and the fact that the car doesn't squat down into the ground more, because obviously it's the lack of aero on the F2 cars because they're considerably slower. But I wouldn't recommend going any lower than 46 on the rear ride height, simply because as you come out of the last corner, it does cause the car to bounce and porpoise and skid along the ground. But I've gone with 18 on the front ride height and 46 on the rear, and as I said, I wouldn't recommend going any lower than that. On the brakes, I've gone with the magic number, what feels like the magic number for me. I've gone with 99% brake pressure and 56 brake bias. I do change this to 56, 55 quite regular throughout the race, but you guys can keep it on 56 if you like. Just remember though that I'm only talking to ABS off users. ABS on users, it really doesn't, this doesn't apply. Just run whatever you like. Onto the tires, and then as you can see, I've gone with max pressures. So yeah, this has been Zandvoort. I hope it helps. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do all that good stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next set of video. Take care, guys. Peace.